So
You messed it up.
damn it. Okay, let's do it. Okay. So we're gonna. What are we doing? Okay. And Joe's gone. So,
Hey.
so I know
Uh,
you sent me a photo. You went and got books this week. I went and got books
I
this
did.
week. What'd you grab?
Stuff we talked about last week that I was like, I'm gonna go get these books, and I did.
I think I saw this one.
Yeah, I got the Moon Knight.
Yeah, I actually grabbed two, one of each. The one that's supposed to be maybe, and then the one
and
that
then
everyone
I
loves.
and then I got the Mandapore X-Men
Oh,
11, the
the
postcard.
postcard one that was. It's
Yeah.
just strictly for the cover.
I don't. I like Pepe Larsa a lot. So
yeah.
like, it was. I might have bought it anyway, but it just happened to have that Wolverine on there. I liked it. So
Yeah, I mean, we were both drawn to it. I mean, we highlighted it last week.
yeah.
I did pick up a Grimm. I got the one for 25 person.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah, I flipped through it. I picked up the J Lee and
Yeah.
walked around with it for a little bit, but I put it back.
yeah, I think I actually grabbed the J Lee as well because I liked both covers. I was like, if this something, it's just worth picking up for it. And then I did grab Last Spot Standing.
I didn't do it. I looked through it.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
It's not as the turtles just look good.
Yeah.
It looks more adult. This is more kid, but it wasn't a bad. I actually read it. It wasn't bad. I do want to read the next one because did you flip to the spoiler for anyone that's actually going to read when the bot transformer, he transforms like he was just a wagon, all of a sudden transforms out of the blue to fight another robot or transformer or whatever. You can tell how much I read the Transformers.
Right. So there's robots?
Yeah, there's robots in here.
In
He
disguise?
rips the head, like pulls the jaws apart of the thing and just rips his head off and then just walks off into the sunset.
No, I missed all that because I was like, oh, I can't read this.
Oh yeah, it's the to get to that really awesome scene at the end. It was miserable. Like the story was okay, but it was so like I just wanted to see the last Ronin Transformer.
I mean, I was really hoping it would be. I mean, it's like everything else. I want it to be dark and gritty and like internalized. Did you read the Moon Knight?
Just before we got on, I read through about half of it. Sadly, I forgot with the Fortnite story that it goes backwards. So I was like, "What's going on?" And I got really excited because I thought it was Layla from the show, but no, it's a different girl. But I had to go all the way to the beginning to read that. Oh, what's her name?
Yeah, that was a weird choice.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. What did you think of the Chris Backlow?
It was okay.
I found it hard to follow.
Yeah, I was trying to but the in between one that has Spider-Man in it. Of course, I like Spider-Man, but that one was sort of fun when they were. It was just sort of silly
it was
fun.
like the most traditional. Like, oh, this is a comic. Yeah, the Chris Backlow. Like, I really wanted to like it.
Yeah,
I think the story was fine. It was just really hard to follow. I had to go back and and it shouldn't be that way when you're limiting your palette that much.
Yeah,
because it's a black, white, red book. You know, I loved the drawings I could make out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, this looks great. I love the story. Is it Hickman? I think it's Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like, it was a pretty solid story for Jonathan Hickman. Like, short and sweet and done. Like, what in the world? Yeah, but I would like to read more of that character. I thought he was cool.
Yeah, and I need to read. I need to give it more time. Like it literally, like 58. We were logging in at 7:45. I'm like, oh, let me skim through this little quick. So I was but of course, I saw Spider-Man, so I had to read that story. But it was the easiest one to go. It's like, oh, bad guys, let's fight them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 books I picked up. I mean, I picked up 5 books, but those are the 3 I picked up.
Right.
I picked up 2 covers of for Moon Knight because the Moon Knight covers are just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it was, and like we said that last week, it was like some of the stuff we like, we're not going to go crazy. I'm really trying hard, even though I still failed, not buying stuff, just buying into the hype. Like I'm gonna buy stuff I want to read, but also we know we usually can find stuff at sales later on, unless it's the book or whatever.
Well, as much as you hunt too, like you're so good at it. I like if it's Although the world is opening back up, my friend. I mean, I saw you in real life and we went to lunch. Like that never happens. So maybe I'll begin to hunt more again. So, all right, let's jump into this thing.
All right, let's go. Let's see what we got here. Where did it go? Always remembering which button. All right, guys. As always, here's our opening slide. Mix it up. If you saw the intro of the video, there's a different slide, but we'll talk about that and we'll get to it at the end. We're talking about new books this week. This is episode 23. Joe, we've almost done this. Wow, what is that? Almost 8 months now. Feels like. I mean, we've been doing it for, and I've enjoyed it. It's causing you to spend money, which is always fun to see. Sometimes you spend more than I do on new books.
That's rare, but it has happened, and I have texted you and been like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you did this to me." Yeah, I need to go buy some bags and boards. Dang it.
Yeah, that's why I have like stacks of books. I'm like, I need to bag and board them. I ordered bags, but I can't find boards anywhere because I really hate paying $15 for a set of boards or whatever. Yeah. So we'll talk about each of these covers. I think these are fire covers that could set off, but also stores know that, so they bought enough to make sure they had them. So it's going to be playing those sort of balancing games. But let's jump in and look. If you notice, we don't have any what's hot last week. Because, guys, everything that we knew was going to be hot, there's plenty of copies out there. Yep. So there's no big book jumping. There's no, like we talked, Last Spot Standing. Joe, the art's not good, so people aren't just crazy. The Moon Knight book, you can find the Chris Bachalo cover that has the new Moon Knight, $3, $4, $5 sales all through covering the internet. The Grimm covers, the 1 for 100 can sell anywhere from 90 to 120 depending on what sale you're looking at, but it's not a hot book because of the ratio. So there's just not any out there right now that maybe go crazy. So let's just jump in.
Catwoman.
Yeah, this, and I mean, I have not picked up one Sozomaika cover yet. If I was going to pick up one, this would be the one. Well, I would have picked up the first one that we identified because it was obviously, you knew it was going to be hot. Yeah. This one is another one that I know is going to be hot, but I also know that stores are hip to it. I wouldn't be surprised if they order 50 copies of Catwoman just to get 2 of these.
Right.
But this one, the 2 before this were not as, they're okay. But this one is just a different style, different look.
Yeah. But this A and B cover are both really great too.
Oh, yeah.
You can't go wrong with that skating decal. Oh, yeah. Like that is awesome.
Yeah, and Deckel's at CBSI, they brought attention to him again, but people are becoming hip to Deckel finally. But like some of his early stuff that no one knew about is starting to creep up in value to $15, $20, $30, $50, $400 for certain covers that people just don't even realize. And it's sort of interesting. But and then, for instance, just the same way, some artists finding artists' first work where it's identified as their first work and then people like it anyways. Those things are climbing because people, and I'm glad that, I mean, it's a shame that Neil Adams never got the respect while he was alive for some of his first work. Now, his famous covers people love, but no one cared about what his first artwork was until all of a sudden he's dead. I mean,
like the first time, like I have a bunch of weird books, like the first time Frank Miller drew Batman. Like I love all those like weird first things.
Yeah. And I'm glad some people are starting to become aware of some of that because it is interesting. Like first time Jim Lee did X-Men, I think that book's always had some value. I think it's like 247, 40 something right in there. It's like it's a random book. The only reason it has any value is because it's the first time he drew the X-Men.
Yeah,
that type of stuff. This is the type of book I would never stop to look at.
Right,
but. Duo number 1, it's in the Milestone universe and it's basically creating new characters. I'm not even sure if like Static or Hardwire or any of them show up in this book, but this superhero, from reading the solicitation, they put on some like, I'm not sure if they're husband wife or they're lovers or whatever you want to call it. They put on like this nano suit outfit or whatever, and it causes them to meld into one powerful superhero. But then the book evidently is about the struggle between the duo mentality of, okay, do I take advantage of the power or do I not? How powerful do I want to be? And like in that back and forth because you have 2 brains in one. Joe, I don't know if you did you watch any of the Arrowverse TV shows?
I did not.
the way they created Firestorm in that show had that back and forth they did. It was sort of interesting. So that's what when I was reading the solicitation, that's what it reminded me of. I actually really liked the Firestorm character in the show. It was pretty good. So
cool. I mean, I was not interested in this book until you told me. I mean, I liked the incentive.
Yeah,
it's got some like Doctor Strange weirdness going on that I really like, and that glowing flower brain eyeball thing is awesome. So that's a pretty cool looking book. I may check this out.
Yeah, I definitely want to see the interiors, and I can't imagine this. I don't know if stores jump. I don't know how well the Milestone books are selling, so I can't picture stores. I mean, that was another one that we had pegged to be a hot book, the Blood Syndicate #1 Razak cover, and you can get it for 25. You can get it for 20 right now. So
it's an awesome cover.
It's an awesome cover. I think that's one in long term you hold for the art.
Yeah.
Hey, I know Fables? I was missing Fables, right?
No, we weren't.
Oh, we weren't missing Fables.
I didn't know it was gone. How about that?
Yeah.
So, welcome back.
So Fables 151 here, and guys, Fables is, if you've read Fables, people love Fables. It's the same thing with Sandman. Some people love Sandman, some people don't. Fables has never gotten the respect outside of. I really feel like what's the show? Once Upon a Time stole the entire plot line for their TV show that ran for like 5 years on ABC. But that it's not new. Basically modernizing fairy tales and bringing them in different characters. But it's coming back. The Tedesco cover is nice. It's not one of his better pieces.
It's really subtle.
Yeah, I mean,
really calm.
But you do see, I like the rabbit hiding over there, and the Tinkerbell type character.
Yeah,
it's the little things.
I like the bottom of this painting a lot, like the cat and the stuff.
And then there is a 1 for 50 of the A cover you can get with the gold foil and lettering. So if you're diehard Fables person, because there aren't a lot of incentives, so that might be something. Look, I have no idea if there's new characters being introduced or they're just bringing back characters. Shadow Warzone #1 it's a one shot coming out of the Shadow War that's going on through the Batman books right now. Homage covers.
Haven't looked at it. Have you?
I'm trying to think of I think I read in the Robin books right up until that point. The Robin Bloodsport storyline was sort of interesting to me, but I haven't read the other stuff.
Yeah, I like this homage cover.
Yeah, there's a black and white. I got a really crappy image. It's not as blurry as it looks.
Right. Yeah.
It was just the best image I could find quickly.
Yeah. Who is this character in the middle?
You would ask that type of question. I have no clue who the character is. It actually might be a new character. Now we're thinking back to the solicitation. Makes me want to pull up the solicitation. But this is where we need our Joey to go pull these things up for us.
Right. Yeah.
Or Jamie.
This is where we need a Jamie. It's a cool looking cover. I like it, but I have no idea who that is. But again, like, I'm really strictly a Batman guy when it comes to DC, unless there's I really got into some of the Tom King, maxi series or whatever. I can read all that, but when you've got to know every character that ever existed to always know what's up, man, I can't do it.
Yeah. And I don't know about this one. This is Leslie Lyrics Lee, whatever. I do know that this person is starting to be used some store exclusives, and a lot of times that's how your Jeehyung Lee gets pulled. That's how your In-Huk Lee. A lot of these characters, Derek Chews, they do a store exclusives, and all of a sudden they become the hot cover artist of the moment. And I don't know if I've seen this person listed as a cover artist until this cover.
Yeah, I've never seen that name.
So that might be something.
That doesn't mean much, but
yeah. Well, it gets hard with digital artists because there's just so many of them. And now we have so many variants, and they could have done 7 Spawn covers, and I never knew it.
Or something for, Red Sonja or something. I never check out any of that stuff.
So maybe something's, guys. Here's another hot cover in my opinion, and it's Art Germ. And Art Germ is one of those guys. This is New Mutants 25. But Art Germ's covers can be hot and popular, but people say, you know what? It's not worth chasing the 1 for 100 because I can get the trade Well, guys, the trade is a 1 for 25. So that, to me, makes it a little more collectible. I think, Joe, you and I were talking. We think it's named. This is the Goblin Queen, maybe, or the Queen Goblin, whichever.
Yeah.
X-Men has one, and Spider-Man has one now.
Yeah. Somebody will tell us in the comments that we're.
So, Angel Breaker, is that the name? Oh, is that okay? So, Joe, we have the name of the person. Let me go back the slide. For this cover. Oh, wrong way. I always say when you her name is Angel Breaker. Thank you,
all right,
gameplay.
cool. Thank you, sir.
I was like, I know Red Installation there's probably a new character, but I couldn't remember. So that is Angel Breaker. So
sounds deadly.
So it might be definitely because it's cover as well, so worth picking up.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, I like the I'm always torn in art germ, but I know that he has his collectors. I think this is going to be a hot cover. It has a little bit of Perillo feel to me. Just the muscular, it may be a little too muscular for some people, but I could see this one being one that people go after. What do you think about the Savage Avengers?
I love it. I mean, I don't care about this book, but I like this cover.
Yeah, this is Kari Andrews, a new Savage Avengers team. I never read the last Savage Avengers, but
I read the first arc, and I liked it. But yeah, I mean, Deathlock's in this, so I'm running the other way, right? That's just what I've always done.
And Weapon H, I mean, it looks like Anti-Venom, Daredevil, Elektra, Conan's leading it.
Black Knight,
and Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger, yeah. It's a weird team.
Yeah, it's a weird team. There's some other fun covers this was one I really liked just because.
Yeah, me too.
It has a.
I like 3 of the covers actually.
Yeah, I mean,
A, B, and then another one of the incentives were also very good.
Yeah. Here in the center, guys, this is Spider-Punk. It's the B cover. They're for as hot as Spider-Punk 1 for 50 variant was. There's no incentives for the Spider-Punk 2 that I could find, but this is a gorgeous cover.
Yeah, it's cool.
Homage to Sex Pistols cover to the Sex Pistols. I can't remember which album it is.
I have no idea.
But I love this cover. This is John Tyler Christopher. I'm a big fan of his. Sadly, it's a scroll variant, so it's always a struggle when the theme variants, and we'll talk about one in the next slide too. Those theme variants that don't have anything to do with the book, rarely it's all about the art, and they never have value that I've seen. Like the Venomized it takes years for them to, but I really do like this Spider-Punk. I will probably try to pick this up.
Yeah.
So, and I read did I read the first? I bought the first. I did not read the first yet.
I flipped through it. It looked pretty good.
Yeah. More covers we like. This is Kevin Eastman doing an Elektra story. I'm excited. Well, I don't know. I'm not a Turtles person, but from reading the solicitation, I got this little weird feeling that he might try to slip in some Turtle references or Turtle images into his little story that he does. So I don't know. I mean, with these, they do that a lot now, like where they get to do a little 5-page story. So he always wanted to do Elektra. So, and then it's made some reference to the Turtles in the solicitation. That doesn't mean it's actually in there. They just make a reference.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I've looked at this book. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I saw Eastman on there, and I was like, "What in the world? He's writing? And is he drawing it too?" Like,
yeah, he has his own little 4-page, 5-page story in it.
Cool.
This is Super Log. I did an article a couple of weeks ago on Super Log here.
Yeah.
Love this cover. Is like I want it on a T-shirt. Like that's just what it screams to me, or a mug or something like that. Yeah. Like one of those old school Marvel mugs or pint glasses from back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, this is maybe my favorite thing that I've ever seen by him.
Mm.
It's just there's a lot of energy.
Yeah, it's that he accomplishes so much, like just the feel or whatever. And Superlog is an interesting artist. I don't know if you try to follow him on Instagram, whatever. There's like 10 photos. There's like it's really hard to track down. It's like him and his cat or something. It's not even like a lot of art being shown. Like it's sort of interesting. And then I was talking about theme variants. Here's one that has nothing to do at all with X-Men. This is Immortal X-Men #2, but this is the spider variant for what I guess was supposed to come out earlier and didn't. But it's Kari Andrews. So Kari Andrews, Savage Avengers, Kari Andrews, just sex on a city. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's great. I remember seeing this pop on Instagram. I was like, I got to figure out where this cover is and can I get it?
Yeah.
It's, man, I usually don't do that, but I just, for some reason, the way he drew this character, I'm not even sure if it's Black Cat or if it's Emma Frost, who it's supposed to be.
I think it's Kitty Pryde mixed with somebody. Is that wrong?
I don't.
The hair's hair. Wrong. Yeah. I don't know. So, we don't even know who it is, and we both like it. That's weird. Yeah, he's so versatile, man. Like, the Savage Avengers is more like his like quick, goofy style that he did, like
Spider-Man Reign.
Yeah, and the Iron Fist that he did that I really liked. I forget what that's actually called.
Immortal Iron Fist. No, Living Weapon.
Living Weapon, yeah. I really like that book. Yeah. And that's the same. And then this is like, I mean, who knows what he made this with? It could be airbrush. It could be colored pencil. Like, he's crazy good.
He's a stinking director too. He directs bad B movie, or not bad. He directs B movies, action, like Sniper 5 or 6. He directed.
Awesome.
Like, it's awesome. More covers you like. These guys, I don't foresee any value.
No.
But this is Perillo, and not doing sexy, doing freaking scary. That Batman Who Laughs is freaking me out, and I haven't been reading any of this World's Batman and Superman, whatever, World's Finest.
I flipped through the first one. It was pretty good. I'll probably read I didn't read it, but I flipped through it. I'll probably read the trade when it comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a scary, scary cover. Even Superman is scary.
Yeah, it's just the B cover, guys. So it might have $1 more because they're doing card stock on their B covers or whatever.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah. Speaking of, because this is annoying. The B cover of this is amazing for the middle book, but the A cover is amazing as well. Like I think I like the A cover better too. Yeah, something about because the way it fades at the top.
Yeah,
just make this is Batman the Knight.
This book has been good. Like I can't wait when it's all done and I can read it all together, because I'm reading it when it comes out, and I'm like, what happened? You know how that feel always happens. So,
and because I'm curious, like looking at this cover makes me go, was issue 4 just a one-off? And then because like 1, 2, 3 all sort of built into each other, and then 4 was training, and then it's like, okay, what's going on here?
Right. That's kind of how I'm feeling too, just by looking at the cover. I really enjoyed 4.
Yeah,
this is my favorite one so far. But yeah, it's a good book. I'm glad it's being made. However, I haven't read any of Rain.
No,
probably won't. But this cover is awesome.
Yeah, he is the most my favorite artist using the color red.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's because I don't go looking for books that are red, but every time I pick up a book, it's usually red. It's usually him that did the cover.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's a great colorist. He really is. I'm tempted to do his Kickstarter that's on, because it's 130 pages of his work.
Yeah,
like
and the images that show it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks real good. I love the bottom of this book, like this image too. It looks really great. So yeah, good choices.
And now we're already Indie Spotlight, guys. This was not a heavy week.
No.
As for our opinions. And maybe you're going, man, I'm dropping $150, no problem. Wasn't a big week, but here's a few more. Joe, talk to me. You've been excited about this book for a little bit.
Yeah, like 8 months. Since I got back in, I had the first couple of these that I got in a $quarter sale like years ago. And
the Shallow Cowboy.
Yeah. And I read through them, and I was just like, this guy is a crazy person. And he is.
Yeah.
And then I watched an interview with him that the Cartoonist Kayfabe guys did, and you just gotta love Jeff Darrow after you hear him talk about making comics. Like he's just so into it and so like unapologetic. Like just, I am making these for me. If other people buy them, great. I don't know many people who are in a position to be able to say that.
Yeah.
But Jeff Darrow like helped with the Matrix like design stuff, so he has probably done okay for himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is volume 4 of Shaolin Cowboy. The solicitation is super, super weird. Did you read it?
I did not.
He's like becoming a father to a Komodo dragon, I guess. Is like fatherhood is one of the like themes of this one.
Mm-hmm.
But still, there will be 8 pages of this book that are just one fight.
Yeah.
Like one-on-one, him against somebody for 8 pages. And then the rest of the book will be him wandering and then him fighting more of that. Like it's just insane fight scenes, basically. So
because it's the Shaolin Cowboy, cruel to be kin.
Yeah.
So this book in the middle is Alice Ever After, number 2. This is Adam Hughes. He does a 1 for 25 trade dress, and then this is a 1 for 50. It seems like every time I try not to talk about Adam Hughes, there's always a cover. Now this cover I really like, and
he's good, dude.
I know, and I've accepted that. I think I fight so hard. I was always that kid that if the band was popular, I made sure I hated it, even though.
Dude, I just watched The Queen's Gambit like last week.
Because everyone said you gotta watch this.
You're talking to the right guy, man. Yeah, I'm the same. You remember we would?
Oh yeah.
We both hated on everything until like a year later, and like, oh man, Nirvana is really good. Shoot. Yeah.
So, but this is gorgeous. I actually read the first issue. It wasn't bad. I want to see where it goes. I probably try to pick this up. Maybe the trade version. I'm not sure, but I think this could go down as one of Hughes' better covers. Maybe. I mean, I know there's Hughes people that just love certain ones. I like this one. That's just it reminds me of his run on Fairest, and there's some of those in Fairest were gorgeous.
That's fair.
And then House of Slaughter. I struggled finding enough indies to really care about, so I'm putting this because there were some really great covers for House of Slaughter.
Yeah, man, there's a bunch. They want to sell this book, I guess.
Yeah, this is I think the one per store. Jorge Corona, who did he worked in Middle West with Scotty Young.
Yeah, I just read that actually this week.
So now you can sort of see the style because it looks very similar.
Yeah.
It's a one per store, I believe. For this cover, I sort of like it, but the one I really like is right here.
Yeah.
I will not buy this one because I'm not about to shell out because it's the 1 for 150. But man, Sorrentino, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
He doesn't usually do playoff reds this way.
Like, no, and not there's a lot of negative space. Like usually he's using all that black and filling it up and playing with like, but the big red blob is awesome. I love it. This was the one I liked too. I was like, oh, Mesh will like one I don't like, but that's you picked it. It's good.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. The rest of the incentives, guys, we talked about a bunch of them already. Power Rangers are Power Rangers. There's always incentives for the Power Rangers people. It's amazing. For us that don't care, it's annoying that there's 20 different covers and there's only the Life Zero. The second Joe told me that it was a book from Italy, I'm like, well, there's no sense in collecting it, even if it looks beautiful because it's Chichetto. Some of the covers look great, but it's I don't know because isn't it like zombies in the prison?
Yeah, I was kind of excited about it, but his work has matured since then because it's like 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah,
it just took Blaze a while, to get it going. So I read the first one and was kind of like, I can wait. Mm-hmm. So I'll pick up the trade sometime down the road.
I will say I'm not in Faithless 3. I got hooked into Faithless at one point because I thought they were hot books. But this Stephanie Hans, did you see the variant? Mm-hmm. It's like her cool. Getting tattooed and like the name Faithless is like across, or not her, whoever the character is, which I can't figure out if it's a guy or a girl. And I think that's on purpose. But like it's a sexy cover sort of either way. But I'm like, I think I see a mustache, but but like just because the way Hans is, it's just the style of the art. And like when I say sexy, I don't mean, but yeah, it interests me. I'm not going to go chasing it. And of course, there's an erotic cover you can try to get that it will come bagged, and you have to grab it and see what the image is. More incentive variants. We've talked about the ones we really like. That's what we do. So this Transformers one's just sort of fun. I probably won't buy it, but it almost feels like the Star Wars. It feels like a New Hope cover.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I like that Yojimbo too.
Mm-hmm. But I actually like the cover A better than the incentive.
I know, I did too.
The incentive.
Oh, we didn't mention the B cover to Shaolin Cowboy.
Yes, it's Mignola.
It's Mike Mignola, and it's awesome. If I see that, that's the one I will buy. I mean, you can't get better than a Mignola cover with.
Yeah. Well, I was torn, but I was like, no, we got to show Kodaro's art because that's the important thing. The reason you. But yeah, the Mignola cover is pretty nice. I was torn, but I was like, no, we got to show cover A because that's the style of art that's going to be in the book.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Lego Ninjago. Why? I mean, have we been lining up to get that? But evidently Image now has the right, so they're trying to put a few incentives. And I'm curious. It makes sense as a trade paperback. It doesn't make sense as individual issues, but maybe it does. Maybe they're working their way in. We talked about pretty much everything that's exciting with this. Though the Thor 25, there's
a bunch. Nothing that excited me, really.
No. Well, this J. Scott Campbell is J. Scott Campbell. He has a regular cover, but their 1 for 200 retro was fun. But it's still like it's normal pose that he does, right? But it's Thor's written really big, like graffiti behind him. So it's just sort of a fun sort of cover. And then you get this sort of stealthy variant by Hughes for Han Solo. It's fun. This image has been out for a while, but
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a fun cover. Like I'm curious if he did more and then cropped it, or if he knew exactly where to stop on the nose, exactly where to stop. I mean, I know he's a great artist, so probably so, but
yeah, I don't know. I would like to see the whole image. I think that would be great as well. But
all right, guys, that's the stuff. If you read my article on Sunday, Jeehyung Lee dropped a Kickstarter on Tuesday. It's selling amazingly well. I'm going to give it another plug just because I think if you're into cover art, which I know some of you guys are, you've got to check out. Go to the Kickstarter, go to the link, go to jeehyung.com, and then you can pull it. It's linked in there, or go search through Kickstarter and search for Guma, the beginning of her, and you'll find it. There are so many covers. He's already has, I think what Joe, you said, $62,000 so far, and it opened on Tuesday.
I think it's up to 63 now.
Yeah. So it opened 7 p.m. on Tuesday in Pacific time, or 10 p.m. Eastern. And it's already made. So the 48-hour special window, you have about 30 more minutes if you want to get some of the early bird stuff. But there's covers by Sozomaika. Gorgeous cover. Huge. I mean, I love this cover. I'm definitely looking at that one. If you're a Peach fan, you get a Peach cover. But of course, Jeehyung Lee does covers. So this is the cover B up here at the top. Amazing cover. When I saw this, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then he's not only can you get issue 1, you can also get issues 2 and 3. And I love issue 3. I think it's a great cover as well. 2 is okay. And we both like the background, but it's, I don't know. It feels a little.
1 and 3 are pretty great. Of course, you know which one I got.
Let's see, the Sozo. No, you got the cover A.
No, I got the Ben Oliver that you can't see.
Oh yeah, and Ben, I forgot to say. So Ben Oliver is doing a cover as well, but it just hasn't been released yet. He's working on the image. It'll be released before the Kickstarter's over.
Probably right before, I figured. Yeah, I think I'm the only person who was like, "Oh, Ben Oliver, I love him."
No, I mean, I think once the image is released, it'll push it because I mean, I love Ben Oliver. It's just one of those. You didn't have the image. I mean, they're doing so many things trying to, and they're doing really good responding back. I mean, it's awesome, guys. I want to show you the video so you get a little taste of what's inside the book. All right, so that's sort of the video. I got to work on this. I'm getting to work on the Kickstarter, so it's sort of fun to be a part of it. Is that all this stuff's going out and developing and working through it. But guys, if you like Jeehyung Lee, this is a great way to buy in. The great thing about Kickstarters, even if it's, I mean, hugely successful Kickstarter, guess what, guys? It's still probably gonna have less covers out there than if you went and bought it off his website. I mean, bought like the latest Silk #4, because you're talking 3,000. I mean, amazing if this sells 3,000 of issue 1. But there's 4 different variants to choose from. Joe ordered the Ben Oliver cover. The Sozo's been selling. The Peach has been selling. The people have been buying the sets and all the different ones. So there's going to be multiple.
Man, I was shocked looking through the Kickstarter the last time I checked it.
Yeah.
Because you wrote some of the stuff, like you helped out a lot, and like, so I feel like, oh well, I have to keep up with this thing. But I was shocked at how many of the big like retailer kind of like things had been purchased already.
Oh
like, yeah, it was a lot more than I thought would happen that quickly. I thought it would take a little bit of time and people talking about it before stores were like, but no, man, there are stores who are jumping on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, and that's if you're a store, but also you can go to your store, and our store does this. They'll identify Kickstarters they like, and they'll support them. So you can sometimes go to your store and go, hey man, you should go do Jeehyung Lee's thing. There's a retailer packet on there where you get 10 of cover A and whatever it is, and just go, hey, I'll split the cost with you or whatever. Do something like that, and you get a few more covers. It's a little bit cheaper because you're buying so many.
Right.
But no, there's a lot of potential, and they are looking for, and we're looking for different things to increase the sales. We've already, $63,000 in 2 days is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, especially since the goal was 5K.
Yeah,
it's that's crazy.
Yeah, it's very impressive, and it's outside of a few. I mean, there are Kickstarters that do tons more, but those Kickstarters are very well established people.
Right.
So I mean, we'd love to cross and fight and win some of those battles as far as that goes. But man, check out the Kickstarter. Check out if you go, and the best thing is maybe you don't like any of those. Maybe you like one of the covers. Just do the $20 pledge or the $10 pledge, and then you'll get updates every time something new. And there might be something you really like the last update when they crossed $50,000. Now you get the 3 digital issues. You'll get all 3 of them.
I liked that a lot.
Yeah. So like you don't have to go buy them if you just want to read it.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't gonna buy them all. I was just gonna get the one, and I was like, yeah, but I'm gonna want to read all 7 of them.
Yes.
And then after it hit 50, and I got that message, I was like, oh, good, perfect.
Yeah.
And I heard you guys are looking for other cover artists too.
The better it does. The hopes is we can find more.
Yeah,
that is the hopes. People have taken notice. We have people reaching out to us from all over the place. There's already several stores that are doing store exclusives as well. So there's some pretty cool artists doing some of those. Some of them are listed within the Kickstarter, and we've had a few more reach out. So guys, I don't know. To me, you don't want to miss out on some of. There's some really good deals. Occasionally, if you're a signed signature series, he did 30 of them. They're already gone. All the ones are gone. There's a few, like the big packages where if you want to get a signed remark from Sozomaika, from Peach, and from Jeehyung Lee, you can do that. $800, but you can do that. It's also pretty when you think about it. That's $250 each, 2, 3. But you get all 3. It's pretty stellar. If you have the funds, if you truly believe in it, those covers are gorgeous. I sort of believe in them. But that's also the only way you can get the Peach and the Sozo signatures for those books. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited, guys. But that's just me selling the other thing that I played with. That it's just sort of fun. Become a Kickstarter expert. But guys, the new books, there are 4 or 5 covers that are freaking amazing, and I'm excited about some of them. Don't know if I'm going to shell out for the money that it might cost to get some of them, but I will pick up the trade versions of them if I can. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, tell us what you think. See you guys.
Peace.